Welcome aboard, space travelers.
This is episode 55 of the Mouseport podcast for the week of March 1st. I'm Kate, and I'm joined by Megbeg.
Hello.
And Mark is out collecting Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards this week. This week, we're talking about resorts with the best dining options. Come along through the Mouseport. Welcome to the Mouseport podcast. We are a passport to Walt Disney World and everything Disney related. This week at the Newsport,
we have Disney's Animal Kingdom is introducing a new experience involving elephants starting March 12th of this year. It's a 60-minute experience called Caring for Giants, where you'll talk to dedicated animal specialists that work with the elephants, and they'll tell you their day-to-day responsibilities caring for the animals and also facts about elephants. There's also going to be African cultural representatives that are going to be telling stories about Disney's conservation efforts across the world. You'll be able to observe the elephants from as close to 80 to 100 feet away, which is closer than you would see them on the safari or in other parts of Disney World. It's actually not that expensive. It's $30 per person. And the tours are scheduled, the list, there's 9 or 10 of them per day. So it's every half hour pretty much. But you have to be on time because you want to be a little bit before the start time, because if you come late, you might not be able to actually experience it. So it's going to be happening at Animal Kingdom, so you can actually go to the Kilimanjaro Safari attraction entrance, and there's a little booth over there. Sign up for it for $30, and you'll be able to hang out with some elephants. I wish you could pet them, but, whatever. But new experience at Animal Kingdom. It looks like they're adding more and more stuff going on there so that they can balance out everyone going to Pandora.
It should be something free.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if this takes advanced reservations or you can only do it at the booth, but guests have to be ages 4 and older. Other things going on in parks. Over at Epcot in the Norway Pavilion, it's called Frozen, a bottle, was influenced. It's a new perfume coming up by Geir Ness, the guy who does the Layla perfume in Norway. It's based on the movie, and it's fresh, clean, and powerful, and then develops into a soft, light, and intoxicating fragrance.
That gives that doesn't say anything.
It's it smells like everything.
Yeah.
It's located at that Puff and Roost store in Norway and also on the Disney Cruise Line. And you can also find it at shopdisney.com and gearnest.com. Geir Ness is the guy. So if you're into new perfume, I don't know if I'll even go over to that store to smell it.
I'm into perfume, but I don't think I would buy that.
Yeah. It really doesn't tell you what it smells like at all.
Exactly.
So, other park stuff, we have Magic Kingdom's in-park ticket location is going to be removed from Tomorrowland over to Liberty Square. Tomorrowland used to have it at the Tomorrow Light and Power Company. You could upgrade tickets, buy tickets, upgrade to an annual pass, any sort of stuff like that at this place. But they're moving over to Liberty Square at the Heritage House, which is next to Hall of Presidents. It will close today, which is March 1st. So switch over to Heritage House if you need to have any questions or concerns about your tickets or upgrading or need to buy something while you're in the park. They do have the outside the park ticket window as well, still up front. So I don't know many people who are I need to upgrade my tickets right now. I'm in Tomorrowland. Maybe they'll do it now that's in Liberty Square. And then we also have some news about the Caribbean Beach Resort renovations going on. The work on the resort is supposed to last for 2 years. So from now, starting May of this year, we have Martinique and Barbados are going to become unavailable. So from May of this year, for 2 years, they're going to be working on this resort. They're closing Old Port Royale Food Court and Shutters, also the Banana Cabana Pool Bar, beginning in May as well. So none of those options are going to be available to you if you're going there, which I would be pretty mad if I booked here and then they were P.S. everything's closed.
Yeah, what's even the point in staying there?
Yeah, I'm sure that they have tons of people who are going to try to switch out of there, and there's going to be problems, but they're going to have temporary dining options while everything's being worked on. They're going to have a breakfast buffet with a la carte options for dinner. It's going to be Caribbean-style food. They've got the grab-and-go meal section like most resorts have already. There's 3 markets, Aruba, Jamaica, and Martinique regions of the resort will have them. In-room pizza delivery is going to be still happening, so if you need to call your room service, you can get pizza, sandwiches, pasta delivered. Cool. They're going to have Coke freestyle machines throughout the resort for your refillable resort mugs, if you need to do that. A new quick service location is going to be in Trinidad this summer with a walk-up quick service window as well as guest services assistance in the evenings, which that's a weird switch over, quick service food to guest services, but. And then the main pool and the resort's leisure pools will still be open, so you'll be able to visit those if you decide to stay here while it's being renovated. And then with this whole situation, Disney's offering guests a $25 gift card per room for each night of stay at check-in. So they are kind of supplementing the, hey, you're going to stay in this place where we're working on it all the time, but here's some Disney gift card money. So
I don't think that's enough.
Well, I mean, if you're going for 9-10 nights, that's like $250.
I would never stay somewhere under construction, but yeah.
I don't think, Caribbean Beach isn't high on my list to begin with, so if it was under construction, I wouldn't even consider it. But I don't know. Maybe I will after. Probably not. But yeah, so all the updated parts are going to just have a better flow of the resort. They're going to add more rooms. Fun things are happening at Caribbean Beach, I guess. I'll probably never see it.
Okay, and beginning today, Walt Disney World is now having this contest. It's called the Be Our Guest Endless Magic Sweepstakes. I just put a link on our Mouseport Facebook page so you can enter. I entered earlier today. It's linked to your Disney account that you book your trip on and everything, so you can only enter once. And this goes through March 31st, and all the rules and all the prizes are listed on there. And I had no idea about this. I randomly found this today. The Fort Wilderness now has a food truck. It's called the Fresh Fixins food truck. And it has kind of an 80s RV look with Disney-inspired travel stickers, faux lawn chairs, and a table with uber classic picnic-style kind of tablecloths. And the menu includes inspired dishes like a berry salad, pork belly cheeseburger. I thought of you when I saw that.
Like, that sounds like pork belly and cheeseburger together. Yes.
And a beef brisket sandwich, roasted portobello and veggie wrap, moonshine. Yes, moonshine, just like Homecoming. And craft beer and different kinds of wine are also sold at this food truck. And they basically said it has no set hours yet, and they don't know if it could leave or change the hours or location at any time.
See, that's cool because it's a truck. They could literally be like, oh, today in the Polynesian parking lot, there's an RV that serves food. Or they'll, move it over to, I don't know, Wild World of Sports because tons of people go over there. Not really, but you'd be like, oh, I'm pulling up to Disney Springs because Disney Springs had their food truck
They
thingy.
have 3 food trucks over there, but yeah. But they could always move those too.
Yeah, this one looks like it fits the most at Wilderness or Fort Wilderness because it's retro 80s RV themed, which is, I think, super cool. I love camping, so I love stuff like this.
And that's it.
All right. Well, this week we're going to be talking about different resorts at Disney World, not in park, but resort dining options that are better than others. Yeah, that if you're going to be going out of your way, even if you're not staying at the resort, some people do go to resorts specifically for dining because some of them have really good dining options. So we're going to be talking about the best dining options that we think for different resorts across Disney property. Again, these do not require park admission because they are in a hotel, usually in the lobby, public areas. They're not going to be like, oh, you need a room key to get into whatever resort dining. So they're all just options of resorts that have places that you might actually want to go out of your way to try. So I'm going to start from the bottom, I guess.
Okay.
I have, for my 5th one, I have the Contemporary. And Contemporary has a whole bunch of options for food and dining, all the way from quick service to California Grill, top of the world, like high-end dining. They have Chef Mickey's, which covers a lot of different bases: breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, all age ranges. It's like a buffet, so everyone can find something that they want. I've been to the Contempo Cafe and their Cove Pool Bar, which people don't think pool bars are like really a food option, but this one has options where you can like pick up something quick. So if you're going out to the boat to take transportation somewhere, it's a good place to stop. And the next place I want to go is the Wave, because they have that Seven Seas Lagoon drink, and it's like in between lounge and quick service. So Contemporary has some really good options. Haven't been to California Grill yet, but that's on the list, as well as Top of the World. Top of the World is like a lounge, but I think they do offer some food options, so yay.
I did my list a little differently. I just listed places at a hotel, because sometimes there's a hotel with a bunch of places, but some of the places aren't good and some are good.
Some of the places also aren't open all the time. There are some resorts that don't have like full-time quick service, like they'll put it down for refurbishment or whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, can't eat there. Even if you want to, just like Caribbean Beach, they have pretty much nothing left, so don't eat there. None of their dining options are worthy. Because they have none.
Okay, my number 5 is Landscape of Flavors over at Art of Animation. I've actually never been here, but I've made a couple of recipes on my blog from here, and they've come out so amazing. I have not heard one bad thing about this place. I believe they have their make-your-own pasta stuff here. They have a lot of food for people with allergies and that kind of thing, but still tasty. I've seen lots of unique kind of dishes here as well. I think some Thai food and stuff like that too.
This is on my honorable mentions because I've heard so many good things about this, but I've actually never been to Art of Animation, which will change in September, but I like specifically put aside time to eat at this place, or at least check it out, because it seems the variety is really good, but it's also like quick service food, so you're not spending like 2 hours trying to get what you want. So I'm really excited to look at this place because
Or like $50 on
yeah.
one person.
Yeah. And like every person I've talked to or that has like talked about it online, like they all say it's amazing. So I have high hopes. Yum. Plus the name of it is awesome. Landscape of Flavors.
Yeah, it actually has really cool pictures online. If you look at the pictures, it's very unique and pretty.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like it may not be like themed, but it's still, Disney is not like, hey look, an ugly cafeteria for you to sit in. They always try to do something that's not like hideous to look at. Alright, so the next one, I actually have never been here, which seems blasphemous because out of all the things I talk about, it's camping. I have never been to Fort Wilderness, but they have Trails End, which I'm dying to try. I don't care.
Me
if it's
too.
like,
that's on my honorable mentions. I've never been there, but I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, like I don't care what time of day I go for. Like it doesn't matter. Like that's the type of food I want to eat. So
I heard it's the same exact food you get at Hoop-Dee-Doo, but for cheaper.
Well, see, I've never done Hoop-Dee-Doo. I have that on my list here too because Fort Wilderness offers a dining show, like a dinner show, which not every resort has, and the food is like all you care to eat, so you can just keep eating fried chicken if you want, and they serve beer and stuff. So I've always wanted to go to Hoop-Dee-Doo, and if the food at Trails End is the same, like I'd be happy to eat at both, or one or the other. Like it just sounds awesome here. And like we were just talking about, they have a food truck now, so that sounds cool. An 80s style food truck like around the campground sounds awesome. 'Cause pork belly, you know, yum. From a food truck. Which some people get sketched out from eating from food trucks, but I don't have, I mean, I think we all ate from the ice cream truck when we were little, and it was kind of different, but same thing. Food on wheels works for me.
Yeah, I guess it just depends.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not eating seafood off a truck. Not because I don't like it, but
well,
like,
you're not eating seafood at all.
Right, but I wouldn't, even if I did, like, I wouldn't trust food truck seafood.
Well, I know in Hawaii, their food trucks are really big there, and they give you, like, fresh shrimp and stuff like that out there. We didn't try any while we were out there, but I know those are pretty popular.
I don't know. It's kind of along the lines of, like, a McDonald's filet of fish. Like, you're gonna eat fast food seafood? That sounds odd. Maybe that's just me. But I really want to go to Fort Wilderness and eat all their food and also camp there. Because, I mean, I guess you could count this as dining. You can bring your own food to Fort Wilderness and, like, camp with, and, like, cook on the charcoal grills that they have. So if you, like, are into making your own food on vacation, which some people do that, but you can make your own food at Fort Wilderness. So technically you could have whatever meal you wanted as long as you make it yourself. Like, oh, I'm going to eat lasagna while I'm camping.
Nah, that's so not me. I like to go to Disney to eat.
Yeah, same. I'll bring, like, snacks and stuff, like peanut butter crackers or, like, Pop-Tarts or whatever, but I'm not, like, oh, let me cook myself a meal.
Yeah, we'll make breakfast food, but everything else we eat at Disney.
Yeah. Especially at restaurants, at resorts that we're talking about.
My number 4 is over at the French Quarter. It's the Sasagula Floatworks and Food Factory. I've stayed here twice now, and I did not know this for breakfast. They now have tots. Tots are like my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Especially for breakfast. Yes.
Yes.
It's the best for breakfast.
Yes, so I had to get tots, and they have those new freestyle machines there, which is an added plus. They need those all over the parks.
Yeah, why is that? Like, they're Coke partners. Like, they've been working together for years. Why doesn't every single quick service and every single resort have a Coke freestyle machine?
I assume because there's like Dr. Pepper and other stuff in the machine, so maybe that's why.
I hate Dr. Pepper, so that doesn't really help. But I like on the Coke, this is so dumb, but I like on the Coke freestyle machines, they have an entire button specifically for caffeine free.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes! I was like, you know me, so I can get like whatever flavor Fanta I want. Oh, it's so good. I love that. Or like they have Seagram's 7 ginger ale, and then so there's like the regular ginger ale, then it's like orange, grape, and all these. I'm like, oh my god, orange ginger ale, what is going on? It's the best.
Yeah, that's like they have the different cherry Coke. They have, I forget all the other flavors that you can add to it, but yeah.
Love it.
This is the only place at Disney World where you can get beignets, although the Disneyland ones are better, but it's better than nothing, so you can get your beignets here. And also, I had some fried chicken here, like, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago, and it was like Popeyes. It's more spicy. So, if you like that, go there.
Ooh, do they have chicken and waffles there?
I can't remember if
well,
they
I'm sure you could
offered
order
it
chicken
anyway.
and then waffles, but yum.
Yeah, I don't remember if they had fried chicken in the morning or whatever.
I'm sad that their beignets aren't Mickey shaped.
No, only ones at Disneyland are.
Be like, can you step up your game? I'm sure it's not difficult. Like, you go from a square to a Mickey head. Like, just organize it that way. Because Mickey-shaped food always tastes better.
That's right.
Like, if it was vegetables, I would eat it if it was Mickey-shaped, but that's fine.
Yeah, the Mickey waffles there are okay.
Are they like the regular Mickey face waffles? They don't have, like, specific porter?
No, they don't have specific ones, no.
I'm, like, overly excited to have pop waffles when I go. Like, that's dumb, but I'm excited that they're, like, little...
See, I'd rather have a Mickey waffle.
But I mean, resort-specific waffles, you don't get them everywhere.
Yeah, I guess when we went to Boma, Marsh had Lion King or Simba
cool.
waffles.
See, I love that. Alright, so what I have next is, surprise, surprise, along the Wilderness theme, Wilderness Lodge. I can't tell you how obsessed I am with Geyser Point. I haven't been there, but I've looked at the menus like every day since it's come out. I look at pictures of the way that it's set up. Like the bar area being next to the water, you can see on my first day in Florida, when I go in September, I'm going to Geyser Point. Like, that's what's happening. Like, I'm gonna land and drop myself off and go.
I could see about that bar is it's right next to the water, and like the mosquitoes would eat me alive.
Yeah, I'm cool with mosquitoes. I mean, it looks so gorgeous, and they have a fire pit down there. There is a geyser that goes off every hour, like they used to have over by the pool. Like, it's over by the actual Geyser Point now. And, like, the food it's not super adventurous, but it's something a little bit different that you won't find at other places. So, haven't been to Geyser Point, but already am like 10 out of 10, which is awful. But they also offer, like, Artist Point. Never been to it, but here... mixed reviews.
No, I do not recommend Artist Point.
Whispering Canyon if you're into like weird activities while you're
Don't
eating.
be knocking. Okay, I'm just going to tell you now. My number 3 is Whispering Canyon, so we can talk about it now. And I'm the opposite. We love Whispering Canyon.
The thing about Whispering Canyon that I do give them points for is they give you the option to participate or not participate in.
Yeah, see, when we went, we didn't have the option. They did not have any coasters that they say stop or go.
Yeah, like those Brazilian barbecue restaurants where they just keep loading you up with food until you flip your cart over and say like, no more.
I've never been to one of those.
Oh my gosh. Imagine Ohana with the skewers, but like it has a thing on your table, it's like go, and like every time a skewer comes by it'll be like pork, beef, whatever. They just keep shaving it off until you flip it over being like, I can't eat anymore.
Oh my god. No, Whispering Canyon's so good. I've only been for dinner, but you normally people will get the big platter with ribs, mashed potatoes, and corn. And here, not a lot of people know, they have bottomless milkshakes, and you can change up the flavor, which is pretty cool.
That sounds very heavy.
Yeah, it was. We made the mistake of ordering a milkshake and then downing it as soon as we got it, and then we were kind of full.
Yeah, like, oh, I've had 6 milkshakes, and now you have to roll me out of here.
And this was the first time we went there. I think that was our very first trip together.
Aww.
Going down, and we got free champagne from our waitress, but she made us kiss in front of the whole restaurant until she counted to 10 really slow.
Aww. Well, I mean, that's like a part of the thing, so that's cute because it was like specific for you.
But I know some people, like I think Jillian said that she had a rude waitress when she went, like really rude. So I don't know. We got lucky, I guess. But
see, I haven't eaten here for the sheer fact that it's loud. Like, I don't want to be like...
They scream. If you do not know, they don't scream, but they, yell.
There's hollering afoot. Yeah, I don't want to be sitting somewhere and just have, people yelling and it be loud and boisterous. That's not the type of environment I want to eat food in. So, and you can, hear it in the lobby. If you're walking by, it's a wall of just,
yeah. And if you drink your beverage too quick, they'll bring you, this huge gallon mug thing. And stuff like that. I think it's
sparkling water. That sounds delicious. They also have, when I was talking about Geyser Point, Roaring Fork was their quick service before. That's closed now because they're doing all whatever. But it will be back some point later this year. They're just trying to renovate some stuff to get it up to par with Geyser Point, I guess. So that's closed for now. And then the other thing they have there is Territory Lounge. Never been, but it sounds like a cute little
That's the number one lounge I want to go to.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Let's go when we go down.
And then in September, Kate and I are going to Territory Lounge. So, yeah, that's really high on my list. It seems so, tucked away and, nice. And, yeah, I'm a fan. So, yay, Wilderness Lodge. I love going to the Wilderness Lodge because you can take a boat there. And any resort that has a boat, I am for.
You're number 2. I already talked about my number 3.
This one is... I guess what I have written down is mostly Yacht Club, but the beach and Yacht Club area share restaurants kind of. If you're at Beach Club, obviously you can go to Yacht Club and Yacht Club and back to Beach Club. This can sound dumb, but I really like Cape May, even though I don't like seafood.
You're weird.
I know. I love buffets, and I went for breakfast, the characters are nice and stuff, but that area, for dining, other than Cape May, there's Yachtsman, there's Cruise Cup, there's Captain's Grill, which I haven't heard a lot of good things about, but it's the cheapest buffet breakfast that you can have on property. So if you were, using your dining credits, you could pay out of pocket for it, and it's, really, inexpensive compared to all the other breakfasts. So that's a pro tip.
Yeah, the bar, Ale and Compass, that we went to before, they had, the menu looked really good for food, but we had an ADR Yachtsman, but I would recommend that. The bar's tiny, but it was cozy.
Yeah, cozy's the best. That's why I want to go to Territory Lounge so bad. But yeah, Ale and Compass is there, but I'm trying Cruise Cup in September because they have truffle French fries, and that's all you gotta say to me. And boneless buffalo wings, or boneless buffalo fingers, that's fine. And they have the standard, Disney bar menu, so you can order whatever you want, plus, they have, that blue sparkly drink, the Glowtini or whatever.
Those are terrible. I had one before. Yeah. Not good.
But those are, those standard drinks you find at every, bar at Disney, which...
Do not get
them. There are better options, and you can also order your own drinks. So, Cruise Cup I'm definitely excited to go to, but I love that area for dining because if you don't want to eat in Epcot, like, there are so many options around Crescent Lake, the Beach and Yacht Club. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, definitely a good area. I put, as everyone does, BC/YC, Beach Club, Yacht Club. Woo!
Okay, my number 2 is over at the Poly. One of my favorites is Ohana.
This is my number 1! Yay!
They have the breakfast there. You can also get the famous Tonga toast. If you can't get an ADR for Kona Cafe, you can get it at Captain Cook's, but you're not going to get the strawberry compote that it comes with. But the dinner at Ohana is like one of our favorites. The banana dessert, it's bread pudding. It's the best.
Yeah, everybody knows, if you've listened to any episode of this show, that I love Ohana breakfast. Don't care that it's like basic, standard breakfast food. Location, Stitch, that freaking juice. Like, everything. I love Ohana's breakfast, and I'm so excited to try dinner, especially because it has, like, meat products that I can eat a lot of.
Oh, and the Lapu Lapus are there too.
Yes, I was doing some research, and apparently the earliest you can get Lapu Lapus is like 8. I'm like, well, okay, in the morning. 8 a.m. is the earliest.
And I want to try those Thai meatball things at Captain Cook's that Mark always talks about.
Yeah, so I have Captain Cook's as like a slash on here because I've eaten there also, because when I stayed at the Polynesian, that was like our go-to to like pick up stuff and just like eat something quick before leaving the resort to go somewhere. And I want to try the pulled pork nachos really bad. Those meatballs are on my list. And I also like the entire setup of the place, like with the touch screens, and it's like whatever. And then Trader Sam's is next door, and also Pineapple Lanai / the Tiki Terrace, whatever. They also serve food. Haven't had it. Haven't heard like good or bad. Like, I've heard like mixed things, not like it's great or it's horrible, but all that little area is like food mecca, and you can take it all outside and sit like next to the marina and just eat food. That sounds good. Yeah, Polynesians are number 1. I can't wait to go to Trader Sam's, but Tambu Lounge also offers a couple of like small plate items. So if you're hungry,
you can actually get the banana bread pudding, or not I keep saying banana bread pudding, the bread pudding at the bar.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like,
if
drinks
you can't
and
get it
desserts. And Kona, excited to try it. Can't decide what I want for breakfast, but it's going to be so good because I've heard amazing things. And also, that's like a really sunny side of the resort. So like, I like the idea of being there in the morning. Cause like Ohana's kind of like tucked in and it feels like a closet sort of. I don't know how to, like, it feels very dark and like closed in, whereas Kona's like open air. So that sounds awesome.
There's all the windows though in Ohana.
Yeah. Along the windows. If you're like in the middle of the restaurant, it's like,
oh yeah, we were lucky and we had a window view.
Yeah, it's like a hallway in the middle, and then if you're in between the entrance part and the middle hallway thing, like you're literally just like,
oh, that's true.
Yeah. So if you can get a window, definitely do it at Ohana. But Kona is like a bright open air, like you can see when you walk by Ohana, you can't see everybody eating really. Whereas Kona, you're like, oh, I could pick out every table that's in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yay, the Polynesian's my number 1 because it has so many good dining options, and like I've stayed there, so like the accessibility of those options was really awesome for me. Plus the food is so good.
Yeah, plus the monorail and everything.
Yeah, monorail plus, I mean, like food.
And you can buy a Kona coffee in the gift shop. It's really expensive, but you can buy it to go if you want.
If you'd like to buy the super expensive coffee, it's available for purchase. You can use your Magic Band. Oh my gosh. What's your number 1? I'm excited.
My number 1, you've already talked about the Contemporary, but the California Grill is the best restaurant I've ever been to, or the meal I've ever had in my entire life. Marcia agreed. And we're actually going with Tim and Adam this fall. Unfortunately, you'll be gone, so you can't go with us.
Yeah.
But, and I wanted to give a shout out to their new Disney podcast. It's called 3 Sheets to the Mouse. You can find it on Instagram, iTunes, and Stitcher and all that.
And
so
Facebook.
Give them a listen. Yeah, and give them a listen. And also, we love Chef Mickey's breakfast. I wouldn't recommend the Chef Mickey's dinner, but the breakfast, they have these potatoes. It's like hash browns with cream cheese.
Oh my gosh.
I need the recipe.
That sounds so good because I love breakfast potatoes of any like sort. So plus cream cheese. Like, what?
Yeah, and they cut off from the bone. I forget what it was. They ham and something else in the morning. They have all sorts.
Breakfast ham.
We
Actually,
usually go
any
there
time
for
of day
breakfast.
ham.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then California Grill. Oh my God, best meal ever. You have to get the goat cheese ravioli. Marsh said it was the best sushi he had the spicy sushi for his appetizer. I forget the exact name of it. And then we both had the filet, and it had duck fat, butter.
Oh, see, that's like my
on top
life.
of it with like truffle,
Yay,
red
duck.
potatoes. Yeah.
All that makes me like giddy. Like, that sounds so good. And you can order at California Grill at the bar, but I don't think it's the full menu. It's like
I don't think
little
it's
things.
the full menu either, no.
Yeah.
And the best dessert we had was Marsh got, it was s'mores creme brulee. It was amazing.
That does sound amazing. I was reading menus for different places, and Sci-Fi Dine-In actually has an alcoholic Oreo milkshake, which sounds good.
All their milkshakes are good. Every time I go there, I get a milkshake.
But they're not bottomless, are they?
No.
Oh, darn.
Whispering Canyon's the only place with bottomless ones.
Dang. Milkshakes are so good. I don't know how I feel about them like in the hot Florida sun, but milkshakes are good.
PBJ one at Primetime 50s. I just thought it was so overwhelmingly filling, and like I couldn't really eat my lunch after that. You definitely just need to go to the bar and get it.
Just a shake, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But that's it for my number one.
For resorts that have food that are like honorable mentions, there's not a lot of other places I've eaten at resorts. I haven't eaten at Art of Animation, but I'd like to go there. I have the Grand Floridian down.
Yeah, I put down the Grand Floridian Cafe because a couple of the recipes on my blog were from there, and they're one of the best things I've ever made in my life.
Yeah. I've been to 1900 Park Fair, and like it's a good character interaction and a good it's a good location. Like if you're I'm going to breakfast at Grand Floridian and taking the monorail one stop, going to Magic Kingdom, whatever. But they have really high-end dining, like Narcoossee's, and you can go to the chef's table if you're, like, super rich at Victoria and Albert's. And then they have the Grand Floridian Cafe and also, like, grab-and-go options. I forget that. Is it Gasparilla, Sarsaparilla, something like that? I know there's some, like, grab-and-go place there as well. And then the other place that obviously is going to have pretty good options is Animal Kingdom Lodge. Haven't been to Boma, haven't been to Sanaa, but I've heard great things.
And Jico.
Yeah, Jico's there. Yep, they have all these like really good restaurants. I don't know what their quick service is called. Is it the Mara? The Mara.
Yeah, something like that.
So, and they have like standard quick service stuff, but it's a deluxe resort, or it's a DVC resort, so probably a little more options or better stuff. So, those are other resorts that have pretty good dining options that should be checked out, because there are people who take part of their trip. There are people who plan their trip just for eating, like some
like
people,
me and Marsh.
Yep. There's some
and
people
Tim and Adam.
that take like rest days, and they'll literally just resort hop. And if you're going to do something like that, you can eat while you're at those resorts. Like, you need to eat at some point even if you're not like, I'm going here specifically to eat. So, knowing your options at the resorts are really nice. I can't wait to go to the Landscape of Flavors. And that's so dumb because it's like a quick service resort, or a quick service option, but the menu is exciting and it's a new place for me to go to, so I'm down. I'm really thrilled for that. I'm sad I'm going to be missing Beaumont in September, but I think I'm going to try to go in December with my mom. So.
Cool.
Alright. Well, speaking of food, this week we're going to have another storybook treat.
Hey, look! Turkey, lobster, sweet potato pie, pancakes piled up till they reach the sky. Oh, I want to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat until I die.
You know what today is, don't you?
March 1st.
It's National Eat Pig Day. Eat a pig.
Oh, I should have bought a pig. I want
put
a pig roast really bad.
to the recipe on the Mouseport, but I'm actually wanted to pick a recipe from one of the places that we talked about, and this is from the Art of Animation. It's spaghetti carbonara.
Ooh.
I never had spaghetti carbonara before this. So, and the ingredients you're going to need are 1 pound of spaghetti, 1 pound of bacon chopped. Yes, that's 1 pound. Marsh saw me cut up a whole thing of bacon. He's like, what are you making? But a half a cup of onion chopped, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 2 eggs, but you want it room temperature and beaten.
I need to get a garlic mincer.
I just buy, I have one, but I just buy it minced now in the jar, and it lasts forever.
Yeah.
Because I cook so much. 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and salt and pepper to taste.
Cream.
And you're just going to boil your pasta until al dente, and then while your pasta's cooking, you're going to cook the bacon in a separate skillet. That's going to take a little bit. Remove the bacon onto paper towels and drain that, but reserve 3 tablespoons of the bacon fat. And you're going to return to the skillet to heat. Cook your onions until clear, about 3 to 5 minutes. Then add your garlic, cooking until you can smell that garlic really well. It's probably a minute or less. And then you're going to add your bacon mixture and set that aside. Or add to the bacon mixture and set aside. Then you're going to combine the eggs, the heavy cream, and beat until mixed. Then you will drain your pasta and return to the same pot that you had it in. Turn heat to medium-low. And then drizzle the heavy cream and egg mixture and toss until coated. And make sure it's thoroughly warmed. But make sure it's not too hot because you don't want scrambled eggs. I was afraid of that when I made it, but I didn't have that issue. And then add your bacon fat, bacon, onions, and fold in the Parmesan cheese and serve warm. And you're good to go.
I love pasta, especially with like thick, creamy, cheesy sauce. And that sounds, and then pig, obviously. So this sounds amazing. I'm always looking for new ways to cook pasta, so this is probably going to happen at some point, especially because, pig.
Yeah, that's all stuff you normally have at home anyways, except for heavy cream, but you can just buy that.
Yep. Just get some cream and cheese and put it all together with bacon and pasta. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. And salt and pepper to taste, because you don't ever just want to be like, blah. This is bland. So, alright, more treats. If you guys ever make any of the things that Kate mentioned on the show, please let us know and send us pictures, because I want to see. I know that Tim and Adam take pictures of their food a lot, so if you guys make something, send us pictures. Alright, and with that, Mark's not here, so I will say, why don't we tell them where they can find us?
I'm on Twitter at YohoYohoBlogger. My blog for Disney recipes and more is YohoYohoBlogger, bloggerslifeforme.blogspot.com, and email us at mouseportpodcast@gmail.com.
I am on Twitter at MegVeg and at _MegVeg on Instagram. We're all on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Mouseport. You can find us all on Twitter at MouseportCast. For the Facebook and Twitter episodes are pinned to the top. And then, since Mark's not here, he's on Twitter at BayLakeNemo, and he's also on Instagram at mborwick11. Our website, with all of our fancy episodes in a row, is mouseport.tumblr.com. And don't forget to check us out on iTunes. We're on Stitcher, Google Play. Give us a review, 5 stars, whatever you have on iTunes, whatever. And we might be able to read them on the show at some point if we get some more. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.